green sapphire is one of the most misunderstood gemstones on the market today, and that misunderstanding often leads to it being wrongly valued. There is one fact about green sapphires that most buyers never hear, and it directly affects what stones like this are actually worth. So keep watching till the end, because that final detail changes how this gemstone should be judged. So, treasured viewer, join me for a closer look and listen. Now the reveal. There it is. Wow. Green sapphire. Now, just so you get a feeling of the gemstones are real and not a piece of plastic, you can hear the weight. That sounds just like a stone, doesn't it? But there we have it. Let me just grab the gemstone holder. And there we have it. Let me just fix the zoom there so we can have a good look at that. So this is a loose green sapphire, and like I said, it is pear cut. You can see the pear cut there. And it's 1.25 carats. And green sapphire actually gets its colour from, it's mainly, I couldn't think of the word there, sorry, it's mainly iron within the actual crystal, and that's how you get the green colour. And this is different to emerald, which gets its green from chromium. But green sapphires do occur naturally, and although some stones are actually heat treated to improve the colour and the clarity. But look at that. That is a lovely stone. I'm just trying to get the camera to zoom in on that stone for you. Let me see if I can put there we go, if I put my hand in front, you can see the stone. Now, heat treatment has been used in sapphires for centuries, and it's a permanent procedure, but I guess what matters is the disclosure. But this green sapphire has not been heat treated at all. It is 100% natural. Now, sapphires do actually belong to the same family as rubies, which is the corundum family, and they are very hard wearing stones. They tap in on a 9 on the Mohs scale. And as I always say, it makes it suitable for everyday wear. But anybody got any green sapphire in their collection? If so, I would love to know. Drop me a comment. I'm just trying to get that to focus so you can have a good look at that stone. Now, just going back to a few interesting facts about green sapphire. They are actually mined in several countries. Sri Lanka remains one of the most important sources, as gem mining there has been recorded for over 2,000 years. Wow. Now, I've actually visited Sri Lanka, and what stood out to me was how simple the operation was. And this was a sapphire mine, but most sapphire mining, there are just shallow pits, not deep tunnels, and these are gravel layers rather than solid rock, and water pumps are used to wash the gravel, and the lighter material flows away, and the heavier stones stay behind, and the sorting is actually done by hand. So there's no large machines and there's no cutting on site, but most sapphires coming out of the ground, they always look dull and cloudy, covered in clay most of the time, and you would not recognize them as gemstones at first glance. But that visit made one thing clear. Even in the right location, finding a fine sapphire like this one is rare. Now, sapphires do come with inclusions, and they often include rotile silk and fingerprint patterns and very mild colour zoning, but these are normal features and do not automatically reduce the value of the gemstone. But what do you think of the bear cut? That is excellent cut. If we have a look round, look at that table of the gemstone. Excellent cut. Now we're gonna go through our usual ritual of gift wrapping this in a moment, so hold on for those crinkles. But just a little bit more about sapphire. I think this size, 1.25 carats, it's a strong size range. It's large enough to be noticeable, but still practical for a piece of jewellery. But green sapphires have definitely grown in popularity because it offers colour without being obvious. It's often chosen instead of emerald because it is more harder and durable, and some people actually associate green sapphire with balance and clarity. So if you've got a bit brain fog, or you sixes and sevens, which I know means something totally different now. Then get some green sapphire. But I guess the real benefit is the strength and the stability and the long-term wear of this beautiful gemstone. Those facts are for sure. But let's get this, like I say, gift wrapped, but let's give it a little measure. I've got my steel rule here. And let's give it a little measure. Now I don't have the steadiest of hands, so from top to bottom that's coming in around 10 millimeters, and that's around about 8 across at its widest point. So it's a beautiful stone. But let's give it a little polish. I've got a little polish cloth here. Let's just give it a little. The polish, which is impregnated into this little towel, it's safe for gemstones. So we'll just give that a little polish. Oh, that's wow. Do you know, they never cease to amaze me, these gemstones. If you love gemstones as much as I do, you really need to get yourself involved. Excuse me, that's just the doorbell going if you heard that. I'm expecting an Amazon delivery, so hopefully he just leaves it outside, or she. But we're just going to put it in one of our gold cases and just push that down, and let's just give it a final rub down. And let's give the case a rub as well. It needs to be shining as well. There we go. I don't know if I made that dirtier. Just do that again. Did I do the underneath? Perhaps not. How does that look? Yeah, that looks better. And we'll just place that stone down. It finds its own natural. But there we have it in its. Now when anybody ever buys a loose gemstone, I always place it in one of these cases to send it on to them. And I don't know what they typically do with them. A lot of people just collect them. Like I've collected my gemstones over the years. I placed all of mine in these as well. this one is for sale. So let's just place this in a bag. Just label the bag as well. There we go. So that's almost ready to go off to its rightful owner. It's actually to a gentleman. Now, I know he collects gemstones and he's been looking for some green sapphire. A lot of gemstone collectors have ranges, so they'll have a gemstone in each carat weight up to a certain carat weight. So you'll have your 1 carat, your 2 carat, your 3 carat. Going above that is difficult with a lot of these precious gemstones like the green sapphire. But this is going to his 1 carat collection of gemstones, so he's very excited to get hold of this. So we'll put a sticker on here. So we know he's been to the ASMR jeweler. We'll put that there. And we need to print our label now. So this is the tricky part, so you have to bear with me here because I'm a bit of a technophobe. But we just need to print a label. And that's our little printer. It's just I think it's a thermal printer. Doesn't need any ink. But we need to produce a label for that, so let me go into the app, which is here, which is just paired with my mobile phone. So we'll just double tap here and we'll write in here green sapphire, and underneath we'll go 1.25 carats. And then do I have room underneath? Probably do, because we can move it up and we can put the location, which is Sri Lanka. What happened there? And I think we can just move that up there like that and make it slightly bigger. 26. Actually, it was mined in 25, so we'll put that. Okay, so that's done. So we've got the little label ready. So just press done on that and print. Gives us a little preview and print. And there we go. Well, I probably made it look a lot difficult, more harder than it actually is, but that's how we do that. So let's gently remove that, and that's our little label. Green Sapphire 1.25 carats, Sri Lanka 2025. In fact, let's just put this away. I'm a stickler for tidying as I go. I know it's probably not fun to watch, but hopefully the noises are relaxing. But there we go. That's done. So let's place our little sticker here onto there, just alongside. There we go. Can't get that on straight. I'm just going to take this off camera one moment. There we go. But there we have it. Our beautiful pear-cut green sapphire, all packaged up, ready for a very, very treasured client. But I teased at the beginning of the video, hoping that you would stick around till the end. So here's that very key fact. Now, the largest sapphire ever reported weighed over 1,400 carats and was actually found in Sri Lanka back in 2015. Now, despite that actual size, very large sapphires often sell for less per carat than smaller stones, with strong colour and good cutting, which means that a well-cut 1.25 carat green sapphire like this can sit closer to the top of the market than stones many times larger. So carat weight alone does not determine value. It's quality that determines the value, and that's the detail that most buyers miss. But look at that. I'll give you one last look. Look at that beautiful gemstone. Stunning, isn't it? Well, I guess that brings us to the end of another presentation, and I really hope you have enjoyed today's gemstone, which is a beautiful green sapphire. Next video I plan on doing a valuation. I've got a ring coming in to value. I've no idea what it is at this stage, but I'll record the valuation of the ring. I know that much. I believe it is a ring, yes, and we'll get that valued. That will be in the next video. But as always, if you've enjoyed this presentation, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. It really does help spread the word the power is in your hands to spread the word and to get these videos picked up by the algorithm, so more people get to see them and enjoy the crinkles and the whispering and learning a little bit about Mother Nature's treasures. So I've been your host as always, Alexander Stone, and until the next video, stay sparkling.